My name is Dario Petruzzi. This talk is entitled Global Warming in the 21st Century when Considering the Hyperbolic Yet Alienating Factors of Compound Carcinogens. It all commenced in That's not true. I've been brought here today, like they said, to discuss student volunteering and student leadership within the confines of Ottawa University. To me, anyone can be a leader. A leader is simply someone who can inspire somebody else. If you're showing up in a room and you start bossing people around, well, you might as well change your last name to Mussolini. But if you can show up in a room and you can inspire people to try harder or speak up and have their opinions heard, or even try in the first place, then to me, gosh darn it, you're a leader. I went without meeting a student leader until my second year at university. To keep it brief, my high school experience was tremendously terrible. I spent 4 years of my thinly mustached life not knowing who was going to be nice to me and not knowing who was going to rip my head off, because conveniently for me, it changed on a daily basis. And so when I got to university, I was a complete mess. I was so used to pretending to be other people in order to not get a fist through the mouth that I completely lost who I was as an individual. Fortunately for me, this all changed in second year, like I said. I met this oddball named Bob Kimberly. And he was just kind of like that dude, you know? Like, he was infectious. You wanted to be around him. He was heavy in the volunteering scene. And you wanted to be a part of any and everything that he was doing because he cared so much about it. And because he cared, you cared. He taught me to meet new people. He encouraged me to try, and he inspired me to become a volunteer. He essentially gave me back my individuality. He taught me that anyone in university could be as weird as they wanted or needed to be, and that was not only accepted, but it was more importantly encouraged. He changed my entire life, and he was just one person. Chances are you've met somebody like that, and if you haven't yet, as Wonder Woman is my witness, you will, if you're willing to recognize it. And if you've been that person to somebody, whether you know it or not, I guarantee you can do it again. And so how do you guys, as volunteers, inspire others to join you? Everybody's different, so I mean there's no fail-proof way to insert that inspirational seed. But as VP Social for the Faculty of Arts, I've picked up on a few things in terms of potential volunteers fall under 3 categories. There's the jumper, the sitter, and the dipper. Allow me to explain. Extracurricular activities and volunteering as a whole is kind of like having a giant swimming pool in the middle of campus. And the water represents all the work and all the fun you're going to put into it, but it also represents the fact that if you submerge yourself and you stay down there for too long, your academic life could drown and die dead. And the key to that is to do it just like when you were a kid. Sit at the bottom of the pool, but come up just in time before your mother has a heart attack. Mother had a lot of heart attacks. Yeah. Sorry. And so the key, you can't really harass people to come to the pool either, right? You're not part of a religious cult. You can't go knocking on every door in residence, and when they answer, you go, "Have you found student volunteering?" You can't, it doesn't work like that. All you can do is put out the information, throw a few pool parties, create a buzz, and hope people are receptive. And when they get to the pool, which I'm sure they're going to do because you're all interesting, captivating young student leaders, just recognize the sitter, the dipper, and the jumper. And the jumper is the easiest one. The jumper is the person that goes, "Oh my God, there's a pool here," and then triple backflips into the wild world of student volunteering, and you don't have to worry about them. The sitter is what I was. I sat at the edge of the pool, half of me in, half of me out. I was always part of what was happening, but I was really wary of the idea of fully immersing myself. I needed time to get used to the water and get used to the fact that I might just make extracurricular volunteering my entire life. And that's all you can do with the sitter. Just let them sit, let them be a part of, and let them get in when they're ready. The toe dipper is that person that goes by the edge of the pool and does one of these and tests the water and then tries an event or two and then disappears. These are the folks that need to be enticed. Not pushed, but enticed to walk over to the ladder, start from the shallow end, and walk into the pool of student volunteering. And what do you entice them with, pray tell? Well, you just entice them with being yourself. You're all unique, you're all fun, you're all amazing. You're already a volunteer, you're already in the pool. You already know that you're contributing to the greater good of the school community, and if you showcase that knowledge through your attitude and energy, you're going to attract toe dippers from far across the land. Because your attitude is such a giant part of not only being a great student volunteer and student leader, but it's also a giant part of inspiring others to join you. It's essentially making people want to be a part of something just by being the creative, caring weirdo that you guys already are. And that's great. Before I fabricated this speech, I spoke with several students I used to work with. And I asked them if they could decipher the exact moment when they decided to volunteer and why. And a lot of the answers were their own unique snowflake, but each one... Why is there a picture of the Beatles here? Can you guys see? This is weird. I don't like the Beatles, just so you guys know. But all the answers were eerily similar in one small category. This category is exemplified by two students that I used to work with. Their names are Bruce Landry and Maggie Mulroney. They were communists, or commies, if you want to play nice. Thanks for changing the picture. And they said that they decided to volunteer because they were inspired by students helping their own community, but having a great time while doing it. They simply wanted to be a part of it. And that's such a key point. It doesn't matter if... that's horrific. Don't show my father this. It doesn't matter if your event has 900 or 9 people at it. The end result should always be you having a great time and having the best time Instagram has ever seen, because why not? Right? What are you going to do if your attendance numbers are low? Are you going to sit in the corner and write the next Bright Eyes record entitled Everything Sucks? No, it's your job as a volunteer and as a student leader to create an atmosphere that not only welcomes new students into it, but also reminds the current volunteers that you already have of why they're still there. Nobody dislikes fun. Remember that. It's true. And so, to end, why do all this? Why all this extra stress? And why put yourself through the ringer of student volunteering while you have a job and school and grades and yada, yada, yada? Why not, right? Do it to give yourself the true university experience. When I was in first year, I thought my university experience was supposed to be one of pickling my insides with booze and staying out late and doing things my father would disown me for. The funny part is that I still do all of those things. And so the university experience I had originally fabricated in my cranium was really just the being young and reckless experience. The true university experience I didn't find out until I started to volunteer, until I met Bob Kimberly, until I visited the pool, until I took a swim. The university experience is so much more than memes and trying to get onto text from last night. When mixed with volunteering, the experience, thank you, becomes one of stress, of frustration, of anxiety, of anguish, but of joy, hilarity, accomplishment, and camaraderie. Because I promise you, you will make some of the best friends you will ever have while you volunteer. Because you and them will share this common bond of not only wanting to help new students find their way and enjoy their time here, but you'll be making the university itself a better place. Because let's be honest for 1 second. Teachers, I'm sorry, professors, close your eardrums. University sucks. when stripped down to its bare minimum. I mean, well, okay, you spend $30,000, you cram a bunch of stuff into your brain that you think is really important, and then at summertime you kick it all out and you never remember any of it, and you buy a bunch of textbooks you use as doorstops and stations to roll your little wacky tobackies on. Shame on you guys if you do that. And then they give you, and then you graduate somehow. And then they give you a piece of paper, and they go, here you go. And you go, okay. And then you move out, and you join the real world, and then you try to get a job. But you can't get a job because the economy sucks, and so you live in an apartment with 87 other people that smell like fish, and then you buy a cat, and you read 50 Shades of Grey, and then you die dead. But because of you and volunteers like you guys, you're injecting fun into the nooks and crannies of exams and essays. You're removing your fellow student from the pressures of homework and assignments, and you're giving them the chance to let loose and leave the grades at home, if only for an hour. It's because of volunteers like you that made me an individual and a better person. I owe everything that I am to the hard work and dedications of volunteers, past, present, and future, and so I beg you, if you volunteer, please continue to do that. Please continue to inspire the younger me's of the world. If you've yet to volunteer, get off your fanny, find something you're interested in, and help with it, whether it be with the chess club, or the faculty of science, or with that fancy-haired Joseph over there at the SFUO, or with Relay for Life, or with Shine-A-Rama, it doesn't matter. Find something that you want to help with and do it. Take a chance, visit the pool, take a swim. Your life at university is so horrendously short. Take it from a 27-year-old man who feels like he was 22 yesterday. Take a chance and try something. Because a happy life, worst enemy, is waking up from a nap, realizing you're an 87-year-old man, and still wondering what you could have accomplished for yourself and for your school community while sitting at the bottom of a pool with all of your friends in the primary youth. Take a chance, try something. Thank you for your time. Stay off the drugs, and enjoy the rest of your day.